It just keeps getting better and better. Hey, David Paskin here, Torah Tech Guy, and I'm here to share with you some great tech for your great Torah or whatever content you're sharing. And today I wanted to talk to you again, I know, about Ecamm Live, which is what I use every single day. I do not join a Zoom meeting without it. I don't do anything without it. Never leave home without it. And the reason I want to talk about it again today is because they just dropped the 4.0 stable release. Now, if you've been on the beta like I've been on, then not much is going to seem new. In fact, it took a long time for me to think about what was actually new in this release. But if you are more comfortable being on a stable version, the regular downloaded version, there are huge updates in this release of 4.0. I'm not going to go through all of them. Other people, Doc Rock, Adrian Salisbury, Alec, they've all done amazing full rundowns and are doing amazing full rundowns of all the things that are included in 4.0. I just want to share a couple of my favorites. But before we do that, I just wanted to tell you why Ecamm is a powerful tool that I use. So I just want to give you an example. So if I'm leading a service, all right, if I'm leading a service and I want to share my liturgy on screen, instead of doing Zoom screen share, I can just bring up my liturgy in a PowerPoint or a Keynote or something like that and have it right next to me. I just spotlight this in Zoom, right? Or if I'm going to YouTube or wherever, I just spotlight it. I just created these slides. You can even use Google Slides, and you just build a scene with all these different elements. If you want to have something a little more full screen, and then put yourself down here in the bottom corner, there are so many different ways that you can use Ecamm Live to create really dynamic experiences for your participants. And that's what it's all about, right? It's all about sharing great Torah and helping our participants and those who are with us in Zoom or online or engaging with us in any way feel a part of what we're doing. Not that they're being presented to, but that they're actually a part of it. And you've heard this before from me, but having you as the rabbi, the leader, the teacher front and center, not doing screen share and then disappearing up into the corner is absolutely vital to that. So I just want to share with you a couple of my favorite new parts of Ecamm Live that have just really kind of fundamentally changed the way I work. So I'm going to bring you into live demo mode here. You can see what Ecamm Live looks like. For those of you who have been with me or seen other streams about Ecamm Live, you know that there are all these different panels. Instead of one program with everything built in, you have all these panels, so you can arrange them however you like. But this guy right down here is a new panel. This is called the new camera switcher, and this is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So if you only have one camera or one source, this may not be quite as important. But if you're working with multiple cameras, maybe you have an Insta360 up on the bimah and you have a wide shot camera or something like that, then what the camera switcher does is it lets you see all of your different camera sources right here. You can make them as big or as small as you want. They will resize automatically to fit the width of the camera switcher window. And then when you're in any given scene, you can simply click on that camera and it will automatically bring that camera into the scene that you're sharing out over Zoom or anywhere else. Here's my Insta360. If I just click on that, hi Insta360, it'll bring it right into the scene. This is just fantastic. And there's so much more that you can do with this camera switcher. You can pop out video sources. So if you, let's say you have a camera on the choir, right? That's off in the back somewhere. Excuse me. And you want to kind of keep an eye on what's going on back there so you don't cut to them. You don't go to that scene when they're not ready. You can actually pop out this source or any source into its own window, and you can just kind of keep an eye on it down here. You can see it live in the camera switcher, but if you want to have a separate source, if maybe you want to put this on a different monitor, you can pop it out like that, or you can just click on this and say source video monitor, and you can just throw this full screen to another monitor. Really, really powerful stuff. The other thing that you can do now with the new camera switcher is what they call this A/B thing going on here. So you can assign cameras to be A, B, or C. So you can see that I've assigned my main camera to be camera A. I've assigned my, what for most people would be a screen share, to be camera B, and then my Insta360 is camera C. What that means is that in any scene where I set up, in fact, let's create a scene here. I'm going to build a new scene, and I'm going to put in a camera source. So here's my camera source, and now when I click on this to tell it what camera I want to be here, if I choose camera A, this is going to be camera A. But now, if over here I change camera A to something else, it's going to automatically update across all of my scenes. So this is going to make building scenes super, super easy and convenient, because now you don't have to put the right camera in every scene. You can put camera A in all the right places in all your scenes, camera B, and then as you change those cameras, they will change across all of your scenes. Of course, you don't have to do it this way. You can still choose, right, the camera that you want to use, whichever camera from your drop-down list. But camera A, camera B, you can add more than that. It starts with AB, but you can add more than that. Is really, really helpful. Another big piece, I'm going to get rid of this scene. Another big piece of this release is multi-streaming. Now, this is going to be hard for me to show you because I am streaming, but you can see that, can you see actually? Yeah, let me click on this. So you can see that I'm going out to 5 different destinations right now. And I'm going to LinkedIn, a couple Facebooks, a couple YouTubes. So I can do all of this right now, right from Ecamm. I don't need Restream. I don't need to pay for anything else. As long as you have the bandwidth to send this out over the internet. Remember, you should always be plugged into Ethernet. Please don't stream or do Zoom over wireless. It's not built for that. But if you have the bandwidth, you can actually multi-stream out to many different places. You set all of this up over in your preferences. So if I open my preferences up, I now have a tab called Destinations, and you can put in all of your destinations right here so that they will pop up automatically when you're setting a stream. You can just choose those destinations and it will just go out. They even built in a speed test. So you can see required speed for 5 destinations, because that's what I usually go to. I need 29.6 megabytes per second. See, I don't understand this stuff. I just press the buttons. Megabytes per second, and then I can do a speed test, and you can see the last time I ran the speed test, I was at about 76. So I've got lots of headroom. I've got plenty of space. I shouldn't have any stuttering or any problems like that. So you've got the new camera switcher, you've got multi-streaming, and so many other things that are worth checking out. If you're looking for something that will streamline your workflow when it comes to sharing Torah online, but more importantly, if you're looking for a tool that's going to help engage the people that you're learning with, that you're praying with, that you're connecting with, something that's going to allow you to pop off the screen and not just be another square, not just be another stream, then this may just be the tool for you. Hey, Robert, I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for popping by. You were here last week also. What's the best way to try out Ecamm? That was such a softball, Robert. Such a softball. The best way to try out Ecamm is if you go to www.torahtechguy.com/Ecamm. Yes, that's an affiliate link. torahtechguy.com/Ecamm. That'll actually bring you right over here to the Ecamm website, and you'll be able to look at the plans. Now, let me tell you something about the plans, by the way. There are 2 versions, right? Everyone gets the trial, which is great. Whoops, sorry, scroll down. Everyone gets the trial, which is really nice, free for 14 days. The standard plan is $16 a month. The pro plan is $32. Between you and me, if you ever use this in Zoom or Teams or Blue Jeans or any of those meeting platforms, the standard, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. If all you're ever doing is streaming to YouTube, then you can get away with the standard. But for everything else, you want to get the pro. you want to go up to the Pro. It's absolutely worth it. If you don't want to grab it right now, they do have sales that come around every once in a while. The big piece here with the Pro plan is you get the interviews, live cam interviews. You've got the virtual mic, and this is what's going to allow you to use this in Ecamm, using the virtual mic and the virtual webcam. 4K streaming, the live monitoring, I showed that to you before of any of your cameras. You've got isolated audio and video recording if that's important. If you have a big event or a big service, you really want to be able to take the recordings and then edit them afterward in post so that you can really create a beautiful package that you can then share with your congregants or put up for online that's a little cleaner than the live maybe. That's what that's important for. You get all this other wonderful stuff. They actually just moved the multi-streaming over into, originally multi-streaming I thought was going to be Pro, but it's actually in the standard plan. But the big feature, the big standout feature for the Pro plan is this virtual mic and webcam, which allows you to use this in Zoom or Teams or any of those other platforms. So definitely check that out. TorahTechGuy.com/Ecamm. And hey, while you're there, hop on over to my website, say hi. If you have any questions, let me know. Happy to help. If you have a big event coming up on Zoom, you need assistance with that, reach out to me. I'm happy to help. If I can't help, I know amazingly smart people like Robert who can help, and we're all here to help you be as successful as you possibly can be. That's all I got. All right, everyone. Ecamm Live 4.0. Grab it now, TorahTechGuy.com/Ecamm. It's worth it. It is really, really worth it. See you later.